External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar was on an official visit to Sweden as India and Sweden are celebrating 75 years of establishment of diplomatic relations. In Sweden, the minister participated in the second EU Indo-Pacific Ministerial Forum. He held bilateral meetings with foreign ministers of several countries on the margins of the forum. He also participated in the inaugural session of the India Trilateral Forum, India, Europe and US, with his Swedish counterpart. Dr. S. Jaishankar held a meeting with Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson on 15th May 2023. The minister conveyed the personal greetings of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and valued his commitment towards strengthening the India-Sweden relationship. He also met Sweden's National Security Advisor Henrik Landerholm and exchanged strategic assessments of Europe and the Indo-Pacific. On Sunday, Dr. Jaishankar met Sweden's Defence Minister Pål Jonson and Foreign Minister Tobias Billström. They exchanged views on regional and global security. Both nations had exchanged views on the Indo-Pacific, the European strategic situation, and de-risking the global economy. During his visit to Sweden, Dr. Jaishankar discussed India-EU relations as Sweden currently holds the presidency of the Council of the European Union. Addressing the EU Indo-Pacific Ministerial meeting at Stockholm, he said the more European Union and Indo-Pacific deal with each other, the stronger will be their respective appreciation of multipolarity. He said a multipolar world is feasible only via multipolar Asia. In his closing remarks at the EU Indo-Pacific Ministerial meeting, Dr. Jaishankar outlined 6 points reflecting capabilities, activities and endeavours among the nations of the Indo-Pacific. Firstly, he spoke about how globalization is an overwhelming reality of our times and talked about the European Union's major stakes in Indo-Pacific developments pertaining to technology, connectivity, trade and finance. The second point he touched on was established thinking on politics, economics and governance and how it is being tested by the outcomes of the last 2 decades. The third point was about how the Indo-Pacific is increasingly central to the direction of global politics. The minister said among the issues that it throws up are the problems inherent in the established model of globalization. Fourthly, the EAM said that the Indo-Pacific is a complex and differentiated landscape that is best understood through more intensive engagement. Fifthly, Dr. Jaishankar said in such an engagement with the Indo-Pacific, the EU will naturally seek like-minded partners, and he assured India is certainly one among them. He talked about the transformations which are underway in India, like digital public delivery or green growth initiatives, and India's rapidly expanding global footprint and how it will intersect with that of the EU more in the coming years. And finally, he talked about the need for factoring the Quad as a platform for global good while evaluating the Indo-Pacific. Dr. Jaishankar concluded by saying that the Indo-Pacific and India specifically and the European Union need a regular, comprehensive and candid dialogue, not just limited to the crisis of the day, but beyond that. The EAM also interacted with the Indian diaspora in Sweden and discussed the transformations underway in India. He also apprised them about the progress in the bilateral relationship with Sweden on 75 years of diplomatic ties between the two nations.